Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tier Sports. It's Thursday. It's 1 week more till the start of the football season. I know you're all just excited as me, if not more, if that's possible. Anyways, we got a lot to cover. Just some different aspects around the league before the season starts, as we are only 1 week away. This will cover some stuff from last week, but also some more things that have happened. And to start it all off, how can we not talk about Andrew Luck? So within the past week, Andrew Luck, after their preseason game last Thursday, announces his retirement. Uh, he it actually got leaked during the end of the game, and as he walked off the field at the end, he was booed by the entire Colts nation, pretty much that was at the game. Um, we're gonna jump into that, but basically, he announced his retirement got leaked. He kind of did an informal statement that day. The next day, he did his official retirement. And yeah, there's a lot of things to go over with it. So, first off, the boos from the fans. As much as I hate to see it because it's a real shitty move, um, I kind of understand where the fans were coming from, not because I agree with what they did, but because I believe it was more of an instinct reaction. You definitely have good and bad fans in every organization, as in those that will support the team to up and down, and those that will be very excited when it's up, and those, but also then be very annoyed when you hit the downside. Um, it turns out that a lot of the Colts fans at the game were probably the second one. I can say right now that if it were a bunch of other teams, there would definitely be some fans that do the same thing. If 2 weeks before the season Cam Newton retired or Aaron Rodgers retired, like there would probably be some boos there too. So I don't want to put all the blame on the Colts fans because I know it is not all Colts fans that feel this way. Um, there's definitely a lot of shock, a lot of sadness kind of around this, but coming from someone who's talked very close with a couple different Colts fans that have been Colts fans for life, if this is what Luck wants, they're very happy for him, despite the fact that it kind of takes away the chance at them to make a deep run this year. Um, so they were looked at as one of the favorites to win their. They were looked at as the favorite to win their division, and they had 15 to 1 odds to win the Super Bowl, which are actually pretty decent. After he announced his retirement, the Colts are expected to finish last in that division, even though it's close, and they have dropped their odds to win the Super Bowl down to 45 to 1. It's not really anything you want as a team. Jacoby Brissett will assume the starting role, and however, Frank Reich is very optimistic about how this team will act and carry on even without Andrew Luck. First off, he said in his interview after Luck's that he has all the confidence in the world in Jacoby Brissett. As we all know, Andrew Luck hasn't taken a snap in about 9 months at least. So Jacoby Brissett has had over 1,200 snaps and plays as the starter in practice. So he's definitely at this point used to this starting role. Now, the only other season where he truly was a starter for the Colts was in 2017, and they ended up going, I believe, 4-11 under him as a starter. This really should not be looked at as a prediction of how Jacoby Brissett will do as a quarterback for them this year. They're under a new different management, a new different coach. A lot has changed for the Colts in these 2 years. Their team is better. Their coaching is better. Jacoby Brissett is better. A lot of people are counting out the Colts. I'm not ready to do that just yet. I actually think they still have a shot at coming on a slim margin in first in the division. I now have the Texans as the favorite to win, but I definitely don't even think I have the Colts as last in the division still. For me, it's still the Titans, so we'll see how that plays out. And what Frank Reich wanted to say in his interview to the fans were, and I encourage you to watch his interview, but he said, every now and then there's different situations that come up, and we try and describe that whole situation in one word. And right now, that word is paradox. Because, yes, this team is made up of unique individuals, and Andrew Luck is a once in a lifetime player. However, everybody can be replaced. And although Luck was such a special component. They will make things work with Jacoby Brissett. And if anything, I think now this team has one more to play for because T.Y. Hilton and a couple other players have dedicated the season to Andrew Luck, and I know they'll exceed expectations because people always do when they have a personal thing they're fighting for. And two, um, it's they kind of have fire under their ass now because everybody's already counting them out. Um, Also, the Colts, uh, just Andrew Luck had 28.4 million left in guaranteed bonuses that he was given, such as the signing bonuses, which technically the Colts have a right to take back, roughly 14 million each of the next 2 years. However, the Colts organization made a great gesture by telling him he's allowed to keep that. And as far as the owner is concerned, he said Andrew Luck could possibly be leaving about $500,000 or $500,000,000, I'm sorry, on the table by retiring now. He did a lot for this organization. He went through a lot in this organization where, to quote Andrew Luck, a lot of that injury, pain, rehab, repeat over the past 4 years, and it's always a different part of his body. He's missed a lot of games. So, kind of as a thank you to all that Andrew Luck has done for the Colts organization, they're letting him keep that signing bonus. I also personally think there's a little bit there as far as you never know if one day Andrew Luck is still pretty young, so maybe 4 years down the road after he's feeling healthy, he wants to give it another shot, and depending where the Colts are at that time, they'll be happy to have him back. So it's a really nice gesture, and it's was good to see both sides be very peaceful and respectful in this situation. Other news in the league: Lamar Miller, the running back for the Houston Texans, tore his ACL in a preseason game and is going to be out for the season. Very unfortunate injury. Lamar Miller has always been a key piece for them for the past few years. Duke Johnson Jr., who they acquired earlier this month, will appear to be the starter. And although there's rumors and talk of signing Jay Ajayi to kind of pair with him, as Duke Johnson Jr. is known more as a receiving back, nothing has happened yet, even though a lot of people thought it would be by now. So maybe they're kind of rolling the dice just with Duke and seeing how he can do this year. Definitely a chance for him to prove himself on probably an equivalent high-powered offense as he had towards the end of the year last year once Baker came into form. We'll see how the Texans play out, but especially with Andrew Luck going out, their odds of winning the division just got a lot better. Lastly, on the injury front, Cam Newton suffered a sprained foot in week 3 of the preseason on Thursday night. It's unsure if he will miss a game or how many games he will miss. Ron Rivera really hasn't said much and has made it clear that when he knows something, he'll tell you. But up until that point, don't really ask because he doesn't know, which I really like how he addressed it. A lot of the time, some people just keep leading the media on because they don't want to say bad news, or also they don't want to come off as if they don't know. A lot of the times we just don't know as fans and they don't know as coaches. So it's kind of nice to see this whole, he's just, when I know, I'll tell you, but up until then, stop bothering me in a polite way. Finally, jumping back to last week, it looks like Melvin Gordon will, and the Chargers have not resolved anything just yet, which means Gordon will probably be out week 1 versus the Colts. The Chargers are probably less worried now that it's Brissett instead of Luck. But we will see how that plays out. And Ezekiel Elliott still has not finalized anything, but it's looking like even if he misses week 1, he will play the season. Gordon, we're looking more and more like a Le'Veon Bell situation from last year. So we'll see how all that plays out. 1 week till football starts. Best of luck to everybody in your fantasy drafts. If it already happened and you took Lamar Miller or Andrew Luck, I'm sorry. It's just one of those uphill challenges you're going to have to face. Hopefully your team will not be as unlucky as the Colts are. Thanks, guys. Tune into Top Tier Sports for all our videos, not just football. We've thought about getting into college football, along with Premier League lacrosse and the English Premier League for soccer/football as it's known in the rest of the world. Please let us know if you would like to see that. Like, comment, smash that subscribe button. And once again, thanks for tuning into Top Tier Sports on the Beer League Bench Talk.